Hello and welcome to the Intermittent Fasting Gems with Jen podcast. I'm your host, Jen, a middle-aged Michigan mama, wife, and teacher who in 2021 stumbled upon this crazy cool thing called intermittent fasting. And before I knew it, I'd lost 46 pounds in 4 months and gained an incredible lifestyle filled with complete food freedom. If you're hungry for unique, no-nonsense fasting tips that actually work, you're in the right place. So whether you're walking the dog, folding that last load of laundry, or cruising to your 9 to 5, let's start fasting our way to freedom together. Hello, my fabulous fasting friends, and welcome to all of you who are first-time listeners. It's awesome to have you here with us. So today we're going to dive deep into nature's most powerful gut-healing elixir, bone broth. In this February bonus episode, I'll be sharing 13 mind-blowing benefits that make bone broth the secret ingredient to helping you absolutely crush your intermittent fasting, health, and weight loss goals. Plus, I'll be sharing an uber easy and ultra delicious and nutritious homemade chicken bone broth recipe that you can make right in your crock pot or slow cooker. So let's get to it. First of all, let's answer the question, what is bone broth? Well, bone broth is a nutrient-rich liquid that is made by simmering animal bones and then often adding in nutritious herbs, vegetables, and seasonings for an extended period. Through this slow cooking process, the bones release collagen, minerals, and amino acids, and then this results in a very flavorful elixir known for its many, many potential health benefits. And in the eyes of someone like myself who lives an intermittent fasting lifestyle, bone broth is an absolute fasting superfood. All right, if you're ready to learn about how combining the benefits of intermittent fasting with the benefits of bone broth can supercharge your health and weight loss goals, let's get to it. Bone broth benefit number 1 is all about hydration. As discussed in previous episodes of this podcast, staying adequately hydrated is crucial, especially during the fasting period of your daily schedule. And bone broth serves as an incredible hydrating ally due to its high water content, its essential electrolytes, and its super nourishing properties. The combination of water and electrolytes like potassium and sodium in bone broth helps maintain fluid balance in the body, and this prevents dehydration and is particularly valuable during the fasting window when water intake might be reduced. And the warm liquid nature of bone broth also encourages hydration, which is essential for flushing out toxins in the body. Bone broth benefit number 2. Bone broth is extremely nutrient rich. So bone broth's nutrient-rich composition is really important during fasting when nutrient intake may be limited. Bone broth is absolutely packed with vitamins like vitamins A and K, minerals like calcium and magnesium, amino acids, and collagen. Bone broth offers a concentrated source of essential nutrients that support your body's functions even when you're abstaining from solid food and regular meals. Moving on to benefit number 3, bone broth is very low in calories. And the best part is that even though it's low in calories, it is still a very filling and satisfying food because it's so nutrient rich. However, the question of whether bone broth breaks a fast depends on your fasting goals and the specific fasting protocol that you are following. In some fasting approaches, consuming bone broth is generally considered okay, or permissible, as it provides nourishment without significantly spiking insulin levels. In stricter, clean fasting methods, which, as you all know, is my preferred method, it is believed that even minimal calorie intake like that from bone broth has the potential to disrupt the fasting state by activating digestive processes and affecting insulin levels. So yes, I believe that although you are only getting roughly 40 calories with each cup of bone broth, you're still disrupting the fasting process and breaking your fast. Now, do I believe it is one of the absolute best and safe ways to break your fast for the day or after an extended or prolonged fast? 100% yes. It is a very gut-soothing way to break your fast, and I often do just that. Also, I believe that using bone broth as a way to ease yourself into a fasting routine is an awesome strategy and one that is really great for beginners just starting out with IF. It can be a great help the first few weeks when you're trying to get into that fasting routine and build up your fasting muscle, giving you the little extra push you need to make it through those tough fasting windows at the beginning of your journey. All right, benefit number 4 goes along with what I just talked about, but benefit number 4 is satiety. The protein and healthy fats in bone broth can help curb hunger pangs and keep you feeling full, reducing the urge to overeat and also to help you fast longer and with more ease during your fasting windows. The protein content in bone broth comes primarily from the collagen-rich bones and the connective tissues used in its preparation. And collagen is a structural protein that supports skin and joints and our gut health. So when bone broth is simmered, collagen breaks down into gelatin, further enhancing its protein content. Bone broth also contains natural healthy fats, often in the form of marrow or lipids from the bones. And these fats contribute to satiety, again, helping you feel full and satisfied during fasting times or regular eating times. They can also provide a source of energy and play a role in maintaining healthy cell membranes. So the balanced combination of protein and healthy fats in bone broth makes it a super nourishing option that supports various bodily processes and can be especially valuable during longer fasts. Benefit number 5 is a really big one. Bone broth supports electrolyte balance. So bone broth really does play a pivotal role in maintaining electrolyte balance, especially during fasting when fluid, nutrient, and caloric intake might be reduced. Electrolytes like sodium, potassium, and magnesium are essential for numerous bodily functions, including nerve transmission and muscle contractions and, of course, maintaining fluid balance. And the really cool thing is bone broth contains these electrolytes naturally as they are released from the bones during the cooking process. So when you sip on bone broth during fasting, you're replenishing these vital electrolytes. And this helps prevent dehydration, muscle cramps, and it maintains overall body equilibrium, which is particularly crucial during fasting periods when the body's resources are being conserved. Moving on to benefit number 6 on our list, amino acids are found abundantly in bone broth. Not to get too sciencey, but glycine and glutamine are 2 amino acids that are present in bone broth, and they offer a ton of awesome benefits. Like glycine supports liver function, and it aids in the detoxification processes that can intensify during fasting. It also contributes to maintaining steady blood sugar levels, helping prevent energy crashes, and possibly improving insulin sensitivity. all of which are huge for weight loss and weight maintenance. Glutamine, on the other hand, fuels the cells of the intestinal lining. So this bolsters gut health and supports digestion even when food intake is restricted. These amino acids also play a role in the synthesis of important molecules that promote overall cellular repair and regeneration. By including bone broth in your fasting routine, you are providing your body with amino acid building blocks it needs to maintain essential bodily functions, optimize energy levels, and promote cellular health throughout your fasting journey. Number 7, it's very gentle on digestion. This is definitely one of the top reasons why I love breaking my fast with bone broth so much. Plain and simple, it is super gentle on the gut, especially after an extended fasting period. It helps facilitate proper digestion because the nutrients in bone broth can easily be digested. It's just a really great fast-breaking choice that will make your stomach feel amazing. If you are someone who is running to the bathroom shortly after breaking your fast, or you're getting stomach cramps of any kind, I highly, highly recommend trying to break your fast with a cup or two of bone broth. Number 8, bone broth supports gut health. And this is another big one. So you can think of bone broth as a magnified healing potion for your gut, packed with magical gelatin that helps seal and protect your intestinal lining while giving your digestive system some serious love during intermittent fasting. By delivering essential amino acids that act like a protective shield for your gut, bone broth can help reduce inflammation, support your intestinal barrier, and keep your digestive system running super smooth. And in my eyes, anything that improves gut health is a complete superhero because your gut microbiome is a powerhouse that, quite frankly, influences virtually every aspect of your health, from your immune system and mental well-being to your risk of chronic diseases and even your body's ability to absorb nutrients effectively. Research shows that a diverse and balanced gut microbiome plays a very crucial role in regulating inflammation, supporting digestion, and communicating with your brain and connecting it to your mood and energy levels, as well as your heart health and your cognitive function. Okay, we are down to benefit number 9, and this benefit has to do with collagen. So bone broth provides collagen, which can benefit your skin, your hair, your nails, and your joint health. When animal bones, particularly those with joints and cartilage, are simmered over an extended period of time, the connective tissues that they contain break down, and this breakdown is what releases the collagen, gelatin, and other beneficial compounds into the broth. Collagen is a protein found in connective tissue that contributes to the bone broth's thickening. It also provides potential benefits for joint health, skin, and gut lining. And the collagen and gelatin in bone broth may also help reduce inflammation and joint pain, potentially aiding in mobility and comfort during your weight loss efforts. Next up, number 10, another one of my favorite benefits is autophagy. Yes, autophagy. So autophagy is awesome, and someday I'll do a whole podcast episode on it, but for now, some research suggests that bone broth's nutrients like amino acids may support autophagy, which in a few words is the cellular recycling process of repair and regeneration. Honestly, I feel like autophagy is a magic trick that happens in the body. Autophagy is basically your body's natural recycling system where cells clean out damaged proteins and mitochondria, essentially eating and renewing themselves to promote cellular health and longevity, giving us more energy and the potential to look and feel much younger than we actually are. What an awesome benefit. All right, let's move on to benefit number 11. Bone broth is an immune system booster for sure. Bone broth's immune boosting potential makes it a very valuable addition to your diet, especially during fasting when maintaining immune function is crucial. Rich in vitamins, minerals, and amino acids, bone broth provides essential building blocks for a very robust immune system. These nutrients support various immune functions from antibody production to cellular defense. The collagen and gelatin in bone broth contribute to gut health, which actually is intricately linked to immune response. Additionally, bone broth contains compounds like zinc and selenium, known for their immune-enhancing properties. So, sipping on bone broth supplies your body with the necessary resources to fortify its defenses, ensuring that your immune system remains strong and resilient as you work towards your health, wellness, and weight loss goals. And I love this benefit because, knock on wood, I barely ever get sick anymore, and I know that getting sick while you are trying to lose weight makes it very difficult to stick to your diet plan and routine. Benefit number 12, bone broth really helps with detoxification. Bone broth has the potential to help remove waste and eliminate toxins effectively. It can support liver health. Additionally, going back to the gelatin in bone broth, that can really help contribute to a healthier gut lining, preventing the absorption of harmful substances. And finally, we have reached benefit number 13. Bone broth is comforting and satisfying, and it's convenient. Similar to sipping on black coffee or herbal teas, a cup of bone broth can provide a warm, soothing sensation, especially when you use it to break your fast with. The comforting nature of taking a bone broth break can provide a calming experience, which may help manage stress-related and emotional eating. So I am hoping that I have convinced and motivated you to give bone broth a try, because adding it into your intermittent fasting routine really can be a game changer. It can improve hydration. It's nutrient-rich, low in calories. It provides satiety, supports electrolyte balance. Bone broth is jam-packed with amino acids and collagen. It supports gut health and is gentle on digestion. It's been linked to autophagy and detoxification, and it's comforting, satisfying, and convenient. Oh, and I almost forgot, it's a total rock star when it comes to boosting your immune system. So, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and get yourself on board the bone broth train right away. All right, so today I have an extra special treat for you. I'm going to share my delicious and nutritious, so easy to make, homemade rotisserie chicken bone broth recipe that can be made in your very own kitchen. This recipe makes up a pretty large batch. Since I make it right in my crock pot or slow cooker, it's enough for the whole family to benefit from. Or you can easily freeze half of it and use at another time. Let's talk super simple ingredients for this awesome recipe. First, you need a slow cooker or a crock pot. Then you will need 1 rotisserie chicken, a large handful of onions, carrots, and spinach. You'll need a few stalks of celery, 2 whole bay leaves, 1/3 cup Bragg apple cider vinegar, a few shakes of sea salt, and a few shakes of whole black peppercorns. And that's it. So First, you just pluck all of the good chicken from the rotisserie chicken and place it in a baggie or an airtight container so that you can use it for your next super yummy intermittent fasting lunch or dinner recipe. Or, of course, you can give some to as a special treat to your dog, like I absolutely have to share with my mini golden doodle buddy. That's his all-time favorite food is rotisserie chicken. And then what you do is you just simply place the chicken carcass in your crock pot. Next, add in all of the ingredients that I just mentioned. Then you're going to add enough water to cover all of the chicken bones. Cook on low for 10 to 15 hours. Your kitchen is going to smell simply incredible. Finally, strain and enjoy. I like to store my bone broth in large airtight glass jars of containers in the fridge where it's easy to grab over the course of the next few days that I'm drinking it. This chicken bone broth recipe is easy to make. It's extremely flavorful. It's also a great way to cut down on waste and get the most out of a rotisserie chicken. Okay, so I have a few fun little recipe tips for you. First, feel free to add additional spices like turmeric, rosemary, and ginger to give this bone broth a little extra healthy kick. All right, another tip, it's important to use Bragg with the Mother Organic apple cider vinegar in this recipe. You can go back to previous podcast episodes and figure out why I love ACV so much and why I always stick to Bragg. But this will ensure that you reap all of the amazing benefits that ACV has to offer. Number 3, again, this recipe makes several cups of chicken bone broth, so it's a good idea to freeze whatever leftover chicken broth you may have. And large Ziploc bags work really great for freezing the bone broth. And finally, this recipe can easily also be made in an Instant Pot or the Ninja Foodie Possible Cooker. Both of those work amazing too. If you are in a pinch, which many of us are quite often, and you need a good quality store-bought, you just don't have time to make homemade bone broth, and you need a good quality store-bought bone broth, I highly recommend the Kirkland organic chicken bone broth. On the other hand, if you prefer beef, the Kettle and Fire beef bone broth is excellent as well. And I'll leave the links to those bone broth recommendations in the show notes below, as well as my full bone broth blog post found on my website, sowhatifwithjen.com, where you can find the full recipe and a video on how to make this super yummy and healthy homemade rotisserie chicken bone broth recipe. So that's it, plain and simple. Bone broth is the bomb. So go get some or go make some, whatever works for you, just do it. Your body will definitely thank you, and your intermittent fasting health and weight loss journey will be enhanced beyond belief. Bone broth has definitely been one of the biggest gems that have helped me along my IF journey, and I hope it will be for you too. Have yourself the absolute best day ever, and I can't wait to catch up with you in the next episode of the Intermittent Fasting Gems with Jen. Hey, thank you so much for choosing to spend part of your day listening to this episode of the Intermittent Fasting Gems with Jen podcast. If you think these tips could help a friend or a family member, please consider sharing this episode with them. And if you really enjoyed the show, taking a minute or two to leave a positive review would be so appreciated. Tune in for new 15 to 25-minute episodes released on the 10th, 20th, and 30th of each month. Episodes will feature solo shows filled with IF hacks that have worked for me, as well as episodes where I get to chat with fun folks of all ages who've experienced incredible success with intermittent fasting. If you have questions or want more unique intermittent fasting health and weight loss tips, tricks, and recipes, please visit my website and blog at sowhatifwithjen.com. Finally, we'd love to welcome you into our free intermittent fasting Facebook support group. So What If with Jen. Find all of these links in the show notes below. And as always, I hope you spend your day loving without fear and laughing until your cheeks hurt.